welcome to Armitage. We're actually right on schedule, but it feels like it's been a long time. The place is still dusty and dry. The miners continue to be a little rowdy. If I wanted to wander to the eastern part of town, I could probably see the deer out in the high grass, maybe some wild camels, or even an elephant. I won't though, and it's not that I don't like the kids, but pretty much all you can hear over there is a bunch of drenchus machus and aqueous something or other. Meanwhile, over here in the old town, the wind is from the north, blowing tumbleweeds down from the heights. Damn things killed one of the chickens last week. It's dangerous around here. Let's get right into it. Let's get started. Let's resolve last year's decision making. As usual, the most important role is the mine. We have no reserves this time, so let's see if the series ends here. 5d6. Oh, a 22. Well, I guess that's not too crazy. 20 is on the high side of average. We've rolled high before, but the d4s have always killed us. Let's see what happens. A 9. Hey, that's really good. 13,000 gold. Does anybody remember if that's a record or not? It could be. Alright, let's see what the security check does to it. Poop on a stick. That's a 3, even before negative modifiers. I'm going to call that a kobold raid. We knew they were out there. Minus 4,000 gold. Armitage needs to get serious about its security. Still, that's 9,000 gold for next year's budget. Okay, amenities. This affects population, as you know. We're going to factor in that raid and give this roll a -2. We're going to have to get pretty lucky not to lose people. Alright, okay, 15 on the dice, 13 with the raid, 10 with negative modifiers. That is a small loss, but no disaster. Alright, trade score. I'd say we only need about an 8. 13, -2 for the low trade score, plus 1 for the caravansary. We're good. Industry. We are underserved here, so I'd say that we only need a 5 for our break-even point. That's an 18 on the dice. New businesses continue to move in. Finally, we are adding a religion roll this time, but I'll cover that in part 2 to explain what it means at the same time. Next is improvements. The posse spent a lot of money and effort for increases this go around. Let's see if it pays off. Let's do amenities first. With Nelly at the helm, we're getting 4 rolls at +3, and I only have to beat a 4. No ones. Amenities is now an 8. Along with a good industry roll, I'm going to say that a saloon and a pool hall have been opened up. Next is religion. Only a fumbleito will mess this up. An 8. Education. Again, don't need much, and hey, we're teaching the kids to read, just like that. Military and security both go up. Infrastructure. This one is far from guaranteed. 3 rolls. Lowest was a 2 plus 4, which is not enough. That might be our very first failed roll. Still, goes up by 2 to a 9. Last expert is industry, and it goes up. 2 for the caravansary. Both pass. The mine. Oh, come on, baby. Nope. We knew it was just a matter of time before we started missing some of these rolls. More tries for bigger numbers had to happen. Last one's good. Trade goes up. Hit pause if you want to study these numbers. Alright, let's get into religion. Somewhere in old Armitage, there is a little office where a dude or dudette comes in for about 10 hours a week and tries to figure out how to get a temple to move into town. They often tell the posse, hey, just build a temple, and a priest will come. Then the posse tells them, temples serve the people, and we have people. They should want to move in and build their own. And then there's the whole comeback of, well, if we can't even fight off a bunch of kobolds, then why should they take a chance? And it goes on and on. But the point remains the same. Better religion score, better chance of attracting a temple. It means other things too. It's kind of a general piety score for the whole town, and it affects the power dynamic between individual churches and the town government. So, like everything else, Armitage is underserved. I'm thinking that we need to roll about a 5 to pull in some low-ranking clergy. And probably not even a real cleric here. A 10 could be a 3rd level priest, who will be like a street preacher, but you know what? We need a chart. Alright, this looks pretty good. We'll just wing the middle rolls. Um, Now we're rolling with a penalty of 4, so pray for me. Ooh, your piety is strong. 17 on the dice, minus 4, that's a 13. We have gotten us an independent church being built by a cleric of the Drangles. That's a bunch of monkey gods, if you didn't see the religion video. They represent astronomical stuff, like moons and comets and things. The party will have to throw in some of their own funding, but not much. We'll say that it comes out of their own personal money. I think that that's going to be our big concept for the video, but we do have a lot of planning, so let's jump straight to part 3. And again, we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's budget some money. We are spending 1,000 gold and a point of trade to establish the node at the river. We've talked about this, it is critical to our plans. Further, we are using the caravansary to establish a trade route to the barbarians. That's another 1,000 gold in conjunction with these efforts. Further, we are starting a state-run shipyard at the river. This is a moneymaker, but it won't be a huge one, at least not for a very long time. This also gets 1,000 gold pieces investment to start it out at development level 1. Here we go, another 1,000 gold, another state-run company, the Armitage Camel Yards. They will gather wild camels, they will breed them, they will train them, and they will sell them. This is also going to serve the Armitage military. We will have camel lancers, we will have camel archers, camel power, baby. Next up, the military will not be supporting local security. Instead, they're going to go kobold hunting. Now tell me, do you think that this endeavor should have the possibility of profit? Let me know in the comments. Should we have maybe a chance to increase our military tradition, which is a score that basically doesn't exist at this point? There are a lot of possibilities for payoffs, but we don't want to overdo it. Now the big news, the great secret mission that I promised a month ago. The Ponderosa Posse is traveling west. They're investing 2,000 gold in loading up a supply wagon with goods and trying to convince the powers that lie beyond the sunset to send trade their way. If this works out, and they've got the charisma to pull it off, the next year a second outpost will be set up somewhere in the desert, somewhere near water, somewhere around the midpoint, to make trade routes both ways a viable option. That 2,000 gold will count as investments in trade with the group serving as experts. That means if they can make the rolls for improvement, the mission is a success. I like those odds. How much have we spent? 2 and 1 and 2 and 1? 6? Yeah, 6. No boats, trade routes, camels, expenditure. Yeah, that sounds about right. That leaves us 3 that we will spend on the market, education, and the sheriff. For experts, we'll do infrastructure. Hopefully that moves us up a notch so we can get that 5th expert. And we'll also do the sheriff, military, and religion. I looked at agriculture, but Armitage is always going to be dependent on importing food. We're going to get some fish from the river, but a city in the desert really needs trade for calorie intake. Teleport circles will be nice. So, this is year 9 for the posse. Year 14 for the town itself. There are boom towns that grow a lot faster, but I don't see that as the case here. They're just too isolated. By the same token, I don't see a complete collapse as long as the Electrum and the posse hold out. Next episode might be a level up. That's something that doesn't happen in the real world. If you didn't catch that vague foreshadowing, yeah, 9th level bastions might mean a lot for our small town, including that teleport circle. And that probably also means a bonus episode on how I run them, or at least a review of an episode I did last summer. Not sure how much my thinking has changed. Maybe not at all. Alright, that's enough of the rambling. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. I've been doing a lot of NPC building videos, so maybe I'll do one for Armitage too. We shall see. In the meantime, thank you all for stopping by. I love it when you come to see me. You are all very important peoples. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.